7 Keys to Happiness. Your happiness is the secret to your success by the Aurics. Stop everything you're doing right now and ask yourself, am I chasing success or am I building happiness? If you're like most people, you've been taught to grind, hustle, and push until you achieve something big, then maybe happiness will follow. But what if I told you that everything you've been taught about success is backward? That happiness isn't the reward for success. It's the foundation you should be building first. This isn't some feel-good nonsense. It's real talk backed by solid research. Happiness is the fuel, not the finish line. Let's get something straight from the jump. We've all been sold a lie. We've been conditioned to believe that success is the be-all and end-all, and that happiness will magically appear once we've made it. But take a hard look around. How many people do you know who've made it and are still miserable? The truth is, success doesn't bring happiness. In fact, the reverse is true. Happiness breeds success. The sooner you grasp this, the sooner you'll start living a life that's not only successful, but deeply fulfilling. This isn't just a theory, it's a blueprint for a better life. In his groundbreaking book, The Happiness Advantage, Shawn Achor reveals that happiness isn't the result of success. It's the catalyst for it. When you start with happiness, everything else falls into place. The principles you're about to learn are game changers. These 7 principles aren't just about feeling good, they're about rewiring your brain, shifting your mindset, and using happiness as your most powerful tool for success. Think of it as flipping the switch from scarcity to abundance, from stress to flow, from struggle to strength. And the best part? It's within your control right now to start making these changes. The problem is that most of us are stuck in a loop. We're on a treadmill, sprinting towards some distant goal, convinced that happiness is waiting for us on the other side of that finish line. But what happens when you cross that line and still feel empty? You set another goal and the cycle repeats. It's exhausting, it's unfulfilling, and it's completely unnecessary. You're living in a house of cards, and the foundation is shaky because you're building it on the wrong principles. If you keep chasing success without prioritizing happiness, you'll always feel like something is missing, because it is. But here's where the shift happens. Instead of making happiness the reward for your hard work, make it the starting point. Flip the script. When you start with happiness, you're not just putting on a happy face or trying to trick yourself into feeling good. You're laying a rock-solid foundation that everything else, success, health, relationships, can stand on. This is where the magic happens. This is where you go from surviving to thriving. Let's break this down. Achor's research shows that when we prioritize happiness, our brains perform better. We're more creative, more resilient, more productive. Happiness becomes your competitive edge, your secret weapon. When I say happiness leads to success, I'm not talking about a fleeting mood or a temporary high. I'm talking about a deep, intentional state of being that you cultivate every day. Think about the happiest, most successful people you know. They're not just lucky, they're intentional. They've figured out that happiness isn't something you wait for. It's something you create. And once you create it, everything else follows. This is where the 7 principles come in. These principles are your roadmap to flipping the script and transforming your life. We're talking about practical, actionable strategies that will help you shift your mindset, rewire your brain, and start using happiness as the most powerful tool in your arsenal. Each principle is a building block designed to help you create a life that's not just successful, but deeply, authentically happy. And here's the kicker. This isn't about working harder or pushing yourself to the brink. It's about working smarter, living better, and understanding that happiness is your competitive edge. When you're happy, you're more creative, more resilient, more productive. You think faster, solve problems more effectively, and see opportunities where others see obstacles. Happiness isn't just a nice to have, it's your secret weapon. Here's the moment of truth. Happiness is your foundation. It's not something you tack on at the end, it's where you start. When you flip the script and make happiness your priority, you unlock a level of potential you didn't even know you had. You stop chasing success and start attracting it. You stop living in fear and start thriving in confidence. This is the turning point where everything changes. Imagine waking up every day excited, energized, and ready to take on the world, not because you've hit some arbitrary goal, but because you're genuinely happy. Imagine having the clarity and focus to achieve your goals, not out of desperation, but out of a deep sense of purpose and joy. This is what happens when you put happiness first. It's not just a shift in mindset, it's a revolution in how you live your life. Happiness isn't just about feeling good, it's about being better. It's about living a life that's not just successful, but deeply meaningful. When you make happiness your foundation, you're not just improving your mood, you're unlocking your full potential. You're giving yourself the tools to excel, to thrive, to be the best version of yourself. This is the power of happiness. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity for anyone who wants to live a truly successful life. So here's your challenge. Flip the script on success. Stop waiting for happiness to show up after you've hit your goals. Start making happiness your first priority and watch how it transforms every area of your life. As we dive into the 7 principles of happiness, you'll learn exactly how to make this shift and start living the life you've always wanted. This is your blueprint for success, powered by happiness. Get ready to unlock your full potential and start living life on your terms. Let's get to work.
Welcome to the Aurics, a literary collective of like-minded thinkers. Immerse yourself in our powerful audiobooks and thought-provoking insights designed to elevate your mind and transform your life. Subscribe, like, and hit that bell for a steady dose of inspiration to help you embrace the power of the universe within you. And feel free to drop a comment below and share this video with someone who needs that spark. So, are you ready to awaken your true potential? Let's dive in and start your journey.
Number 1. Happiness is your hustle. Forget everything you've ever heard about the grind being the secret to success. Let's talk about the real grind, the happiness grind. It might sound like an oxymoron, but here's the truth. Happiness isn't something that happens to you. It's something you work for, something you hustle for every single day. In the pursuit of success, we often overlook the engine that powers it, happiness. Unlike the conventional belief that happiness is a byproduct of success, leading research in positive psychology, notably from Shawn Achor's The Happiness Advantage, shows that happiness is actually the precursor to success, and how happiness operates not just as a mood, but as a dynamic work ethic, a proactive effort that fuels every aspect of our lives. The science is clear. Happiness is a serious advantage. Achor's work highlights how the brain in a positive state is 31% more productive than when it's negative, neutral, or stressed. This happiness advantage allows us to be more creative, solve problems faster, and be more effective in our communications and negotiations. Therefore, cultivating happiness isn't just about feeling good, it's about achieving more. Here's the shift we need to make. Treating happiness as a skill or work ethic involves the same commitment as developing any professional skill. It's about consistently choosing activities and mindsets that lead to joy and satisfaction, regardless of external circumstances. There are techniques to cultivate happiness daily. 1. Mindful mornings. Begin your day with a positivity exercise. This could be as simple as writing down 3 things you're grateful for every morning. Such practices have been shown to enhance levels of optimism and feelings of well-being because they shift the brain's pattern to recognize and focus on the positive aspects of life, an application of the Tetris effect from Achor's research. 2. Cultivate positivity. Make a conscious effort to scan for the positive throughout your day, a practice rooted in the principle of the positive Tetris effect. This habit retrains your brain to spot opportunities and possibilities, which in turn enhances your ability to seize them and experience more joy and success. 3. Engage in flow activities. Engaging in activities that create a state of flow, where you lose yourself in what you're doing, has been linked to higher levels of happiness and lower stress. These activities help increase the levels of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which boost mood and cognitive functions. 4. Exercise your kindness. Muscle. Random acts of kindness boost happiness by releasing dopamine. Known as the helper's high, this phenomenon is a direct manifestation of the happiness advantage at work. Consistently practicing kindness not only improves your well-being, but also your relationships, creating a positive feedback loop of social support and happiness. 5. Connect with others. Social connections are one of the biggest predictors of happiness and reduced stress levels. Achor emphasizes that investing in your social support network is a powerful happiness strategy. Whether it's through deeper conversations or shared activities, strengthening these bonds has a measurable impact on psychological well-being. 6. Physical wellness. Physical exercise is not just about health, it's a potent antidepressant. Research shows that routine physical activity can improve mood just as effectively as some prescription medications for mild to moderate depression. This boost in mood is attributed to the release of endorphins, enhancing your happiness levels and your brain's ability to maintain this positive state. Happiness as a work ethic means embedding these practices into your daily routine, much like you would a critical job skill. It's a proactive, intentional approach that transforms not just how you feel, but how effectively you operate in every area of your life. By prioritizing happiness, you're not just improving your personal satisfaction, you're setting yourself up for greater success. Remember, the hustle for happiness isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a must-have for anyone aiming to thrive in both personal and professional realms. Number 2. Mindset mastery. Lever up. How you perceive the world and your place in it significantly influences your reality. The happiness advantage illuminates this through the metaphor of the fulcrum and the lever. By adjusting the position of the fulcrum, the point where a lever rests, you can leverage your power to lift heavier weights with less effort. Similarly, shifting your mindset can significantly amplify your ability to achieve success and happiness. Your mindset acts as a fulcrum, and by moving it, we can change the amount of power we can generate to lift our spirits and our life's achievements. The research posits that our mental fulcrum, the mindset from which we engage with the world, determines how much power we can exert through the metaphorical lever of our abilities and resources. When we shift our fulcrum to a more positive mindset, we effectively lengthen our lever of capability, making it easier to achieve outcomes that once seemed impossible. This principle is backed by neuroscience, which shows that positive emotions broaden our sense of possibility and open our mind up to more options. On the other hand, negative emotions narrow our focus, limiting our perceived options and solutions. By mastering our mindset, we can tap into enhanced problem-solving skills, increased resilience, and greater overall potential. Every challenge presents an opportunity for growth and learning. When facing difficulties, consciously shift your mindset to view these situations as catalysts for development rather than obstacles. This perspective, rooted in positive psychology, encourages a more resilient and proactive approach to life's challenges, enhancing your ability to navigate them successfully. Mindfulness helps you become aware of your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Regular practice can shift your fulcrum toward a more positive and empowered mindset by making you conscious of negative patterns and enabling you to actively change them. Break down your overarching goals into smaller, manageable tasks. This strategy not only makes the task seem less daunting, but also provides frequent opportunities for success. Each small achievement can shift your mindset from feeling overwhelmed to feeling competent, gradually moving your mental fulcrum toward a more empowered and positive position. Visualization is a powerful tool in shifting your mindset. By regularly envisioning yourself achieving your goals, you reinforce the belief in your ability to succeed. Neuroscience supports this by showing that visualization activates the same brain regions as actual task performance, priming the brain for success and effectively lengthening the lever of your capabilities. Gratitude significantly affects our psychological well-being and our physical health. Regularly acknowledging what you're grateful for shifts your focus from what's missing or negative to what's abundant and positive. This adjustment in your fulcrum can dramatically leverage your personal and professional satisfaction and success. The simple addition of the word "yet" to thoughts of inability can profoundly change your mindset. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, think, I can't do this yet. This subtle verbal shift fosters a growth mindset, a concept from educational psychology that focuses on developing abilities through dedication and hard work. This perspective encourages resilience and perseverance, key components of a positive mindset. By mastering your mindset and learning to shift your mental fulcrum, you effectively leverage greater potential and power from your existing abilities. Just as a lever lifts more weight with less effort, when the fulcrum is optimally positioned, a positive, empowered mindset lifts your spirits, enhances your performance, and increases your happiness with less struggle. The science of positive psychology shows us that with the right mindset, no goal is too lofty and no dream too far-fetched. Mindset mastery isn't just about seeing the glass as half full, it's about understanding that you have the power to refill the glass whenever you choose. Number 3. Positive vision. The Tetris effect. In the classic game of Tetris, players adjust falling blocks to fit them together. Surprisingly, avid Tetris players start seeing potential combinations everywhere, even in their daily environments. This phenomenon, known as the Tetris effect, is more than just a quirky side effect of gaming. In The Happiness Advantage, Achor uses this concept to describe how our brains can be trained to pattern themselves toward positive or negative recognition, and how focusing on positive aspects can profoundly shape our experiences and outcomes by training our brains to spot opportunities and solutions. Achor's research highlights that just as the Tetris player sees potential combinations after playing, individuals who consistently scan the world for the positive can rewire their brain to make these patterns more automatic. This shift doesn't just help us see the good in life, it also creates a lens that transforms our interactions, enhances our resilience, and increases our overall success and fulfillment. The science of positive psychology supports this by showing that focusing on positive experiences significantly increases satisfaction and decreases stress, thereby enhancing one's quality of life. When our brain is positive, it releases dopamine, which not only makes us happier, but also turns on the learning centers in the brain. This neurochemical change enhances our ability to organize new information, retain it longer, and access it faster. People who adopt a positive outlook have been shown to be more creative and better problem solvers. Focusing on the positive aspects of life helps build psychological resilience. Studies have shown that individuals with a positive outlook can bounce back from setbacks more quickly and are less affected by negative experiences. This resilience is due in part to the enhanced ability to see possibilities and solutions rather than dwelling on problems. Positive social interactions are crucial for emotional and mental health. When we focus on the positive in our relationships, we foster a greater sense of connection and support, which is a key factor in long-term happiness and success. Here are exercises to train the brain for happiness, gratitude, and optimism. 1. Dedicate a few minutes each day to write down 3 things you are grateful for. This exercise shifts your focus from what's going wrong to what's going right and trains your brain to look for the positive. 2. At the end of each day, reflect on one positive experience from the day. Spend 5 minutes writing about what happened and how it made you feel. This not only reinforces the positive experience in your memory, but also makes it easier for your brain to recall and focus on the positive in the future. 3. Engage in daily meditation, focused on sending kind thoughts to others. This practice not only increases feelings of social connectedness, but also aligns your mindset with positive emotions and empathy, reinforcing the neural pathways that recognize and experience positivity. 4. Whenever you face a challenge, practice reframing it by identifying potential positive outcomes. This helps develop a habit of seeing the glass half full and trains your brain to default to an optimistic viewpoint. 5. Start each day by setting a positive intention. This could be as simple as, today I will find joy in small things. This primes your brain to look for and appreciate these moments, effectively using the Tetris effect to your advantage. By training our brains through exercises like these, we leverage the Tetris effect for our happiness and overall well-being. This approach not only enhances our daily experiences, but also builds a foundation for enduring joy and success. Just as Tetris players see endless possibilities for combinations, you can train your brain to see endless opportunities for positivity, growth, and resilience. Number 4. Bounce back. Better. You've heard the saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Well, it's not just a cliche phrase. It's a psychological reality. The Happiness Advantage calls this falling up, the art of turning adversity into advantage. It's about more than just bouncing back. It's about bouncing forward. We're going to unpack how to transform failures and setbacks into springboards for growth. Because let's be real, life throws punches, and it's not just about dodging them, but learning how to take a hit and come out swinging. Let's cut straight to it. Failures suck. But here's the kicker. Every failure is ripe with potential. Potential to learn, to grow, and to outdo yourself next time. This isn't about sugarcoating the bad stuff. It's about seeing it as a goldmine of insights. According to positive psychology, our response to failure can either fix us in a rut or propel us upward. This is where the concept of falling up comes into play. It's about finding that upward trajectory in the mess, the path that not only gets us back to where we were, but pushes us further. Post-traumatic growth is the silver lining in the storm cloud of suffering. It refers to the positive psychological change that occurs as a result of adversity. Instead of breaking down, we break open, expanding our capacities. Research in positive psychology shows that individuals who undergo significant adversity often experience growth in areas like personal strength, deeper relationships, and a greater appreciation for life. Here's the science bit. When faced with stressors, our brains can either go into a threat mode, which narrows our focus and prepares us for flight or fight, or a challenge mode, which opens us up to possibilities and powers our problem-solving abilities. Cultivating resilience is about training your brain to default to challenge mode. Dweck's work on mindset shows that those who believe abilities can be developed, a growth mindset, outperform those who believe abilities are fixed, a fixed mindset. When you hit a setback, remind yourself that you're in the process of getting better, not proving yourself. Every failure has a lesson, but only if you're willing to look for it. Instead of ruminating on the setback, dissect it. What went wrong? What could you do differently next time? This approach shifts your focus from blame to empowerment. Just like vaccines, exposing yourself to small amounts of stress can help you handle bigger stresses more effectively. Regularly step out of your comfort zone to challenge yourself in controlled ways. This builds your stress muscles, making you more resilient over time. Optimism isn't about wearing rose-colored glasses. It's about expecting the best possible outcome. Practice visualizing successful scenarios to counterbalance the instinct to focus on potential threats or failures. Don't go it alone. Resilience is also about who's in your corner. A strong support network can provide not only emotional comfort, but also practical help and different perspectives on your challenges. Falling up isn't just recovery, it's an upgrade. It's about using the bricks life throws at you to build a stronger foundation for your future self. Every setback, every failure, and every bout of adversity carries with it the seeds of growth and regeneration. Cultivating resilience and a mindset geared towards growth transforms these moments from potential breakdowns to powerful breakthroughs. Remember, it's not about avoiding the fall, it's about learning to land on your feet, ready to step up stronger than before. Number 5, control your circle. When chaos hits, it's like a storm tossing you left and right. But here's a game changer for you. It's not about controlling the storm. It's about controlling your sail. Enter the Zorro Circle, a strategy that's all about reclaiming control by starting small. This isn't just about tightening the reins. It's about where to start and how to expand your control gradually to master the chaos around you without losing your cool. Picture this. Zorro, the legendary swordsman, didn't start by taking on the whole world. He started by mastering a small circle, his immediate environment, and gradually expanded his influence. We can apply the same principle to control in our lives. When everything feels overwhelming, Don't try to take on everything at once. Start with a small, manageable part of the problem, your Zorro circle, and nail it. This approach isn't just practical, it's backed by cognitive psychology, which shows that taking control in smaller areas can significantly reduce anxiety and increase overall performance. There are clear techniques for regaining control. 1. Pinpoint the aspects of the situation you can actually control. This might be as simple as organizing your desk, planning your day, or managing your inbox. These are your Zorro circles, the areas where you can wield your sword with precision and effect. 2. Set small, achievable goals within this circle. The satisfaction of ticking these off isn't just about feeling good. It's psychological. Achieving these quick wins sends signals to your brain that you're effective, boosting your confidence and gradually expanding your sense of control. 3. Once you've mastered control in one small area, expand your circle slightly. Take on a little more, bit by bit. Maybe from organizing your desk, you move to managing your work commitments more effectively, or from planning your day, you advance to optimizing your week. Each step should build on the confidence and skills developed in the previous one. 4. Visualization isn't just for athletes. Imagine yourself successfully taking control of a situation. This mental rehearsal primes your brain to follow through when the time comes. Neuroscience supports this, showing that visualization activates the same brain regions as actual task performance. 5. Regaining control often means managing your emotions first. Techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, or even short walks can help reset your emotional state, making it easier to focus on what you can control rather than what you can't. Every small goal achieved within your Zorro circle is a building block for your confidence. Think of it like compound interest. The returns on initial small investments, of effort in this case, can grow exponentially over time. Psychological studies have consistently shown that a sense of control over one's environment is a major predictor of psychological well-being. By establishing control over smaller domains first, you not only enhance your immediate well-being, but also set the stage for larger successes. So remember, control isn't about wielding power over every aspect of your life. It's about mastering it one circle at a time. Start small, secure wins under your belt, and watch as your circles widen and your confidence soars. The Zorro circle isn't just a strategy, it's a mindset. It's about knowing that even when the world feels like it's spinning out of control, you have the power to command your ship, one circle at a time. Don't try to conquer the world all at once. Master your Zorro circle and let the rest follow. Number 6, hack your habits. Okay, let's dive right into the heart of it. Habit formation. Ever wondered why shaking off a bad habit feels like wrestling a gorilla? Or why embedding a good one seems like climbing Everest? It's all about inertia, the resistance to change in our state. But here's a hack straight from Shawn Achor's playbook in The Happiness Advantage, the 20-second rule. This isn't just about saving time, it's about strategically shaving seconds to make the good habits easier and the bad ones harder. First off, let's bust a myth. Willpower isn't an endless well you can draw from. It's more like a battery that drains throughout the day. Every decision, every effort at self-control pulls a little more juice from it. By the end of the day, you're often running on empty, which is why that late-night junk food becomes ridiculously tempting. The key here? Work smarter, not harder. Inertia keeps you stuck. It's the physical law of our habits. Objects at rest stay at rest. Objects in motion stay in motion. Here's where the 20-second rule comes into play. If you want to change a habit, you need to decrease the activation energy it takes to start the good habit and increase it for the bad habit. Essentially, make it easier to do the right thing and harder to do the wrong thing. Want to practice guitar daily? Keep it on a stand right next to your favorite chair, not tucked away in the closet. The easier it is to start, the more likely you'll do it. It's about removing barriers so that it takes 20 seconds less to engage with the positive habit. Trying to cut down on screen time? Put a 20-second barrier on your social media apps, like a complex password or an app blocker that takes a bit of time to disable. Those extra seconds give your brain a chance to kick in and remind you of your higher goals. Apps can automate good habits. Use reminders for hydration or taking breaks to stretch if you're at a desk job. Technology can help by nudging your behavior in subtle ways that align with your long-term wellness goals. What gets scheduled gets done. Don't just hope you'll find time for that new habit. Put it on your calendar. Whether it's a 15-minute reading slot or a 30-minute run, make it as non-negotiable as your most important meetings. Reinforce your new habits with immediate rewards. If you complete a week of your new exercise routine, treat yourself to something that feels indulgent. Maybe a movie night or your favorite snack. Rewards solidify habits by giving your brain a dopamine hit, reinforcing the action-reward cycle. Hacking your habits isn't just about sheer willpower. It's about being a tactician. It's about setting up your environment to push you towards the good and shield you from the bad. Remember, the 20-second rule is a tool. Use it to sculpt your daily routine into something that not only reflects who you are, but who you want to become. Start small, think strategic, and transform those tiny increments into life-changing transformations. Number 7, power up with people. Let's get real. No one is an island. Even the most self-reliant among us can't deny that a few good people in our corner make everything a bit brighter and a lot more doable. Investing in our social connections isn't just nice, it's necessary. This isn't about networking in the schmoozy, business card swapping sense. It's about forging genuine bonds that fuel our happiness and rocket our success. So let's dive into why your social investments might just be the most profitable ones you ever make. Here's the truth. Relationships turbocharge our psychological well-being and our performance, whether at work, in life, or in between. Studies show that people with strong social connections are not only happier, but they also have stronger immune systems, less stress, and lower incidences of anxiety and depression. On the flip side, loneliness can be as detrimental to our health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Think about that the next time you consider bailing on a coffee date or a Zoom call. Here are some strategies for nurturing and investing in relationships. 1. Prioritize face-to-face time. In an era where digital connections are the norm, physical meetups, when possible, or video calls can make a world of difference. Face-to-face interaction releases neurotransmitters that reduce stress and improve mood. So make a real effort to see people in person or on screen rather than just texting or emailing. 2. Be a good listener. Relationships are two-way streets. Being a good listener can sometimes be more powerful than being a good talker. Active listening involves fully concentrating on what is being said rather than just passively hearing the message of the speaker. This builds deeper, more meaningful connections. 3. Offer help and support. Whether it's professional advice, a sympathetic ear, or a helping hand during a move, offering your support strengthens relationships. Acts of service solidify bonds and often lead to reciprocal kindness. Remember, what goes around comes around. 4. Celebrate others' successes. Don't be a hater. A true mark of a solid relationship isn't just about being there during the lows. It's also about cheering during the highs. Celebrating others' successes fosters goodwill and enhances social bonds. Be the first to congratulate, the loudest to cheer, and the most genuine to praise. 5. Create traditions and shared experiences. Shared experiences, whether they're weekly lunch dates, annual road trips, or simple traditions like Friday movie nights, create a bedrock for lasting relationships. These rituals become the glue that holds relationships together over time. 6. Communicate openly and often. Keeping in touch regularly maintains and strengthens relationships. With today's technology, a quick check-in is easier than ever. Drop a message, share a meme, or send an update about your life. Small gestures keep the lines of communication open. Investing in relationships might not show up in your bank account, but it pays dividends in your happiness and success metrics. Powering up with people isn't just about having a safety net. It's about building a trampoline that helps you bounce higher than you could on your own. So take stock of your social portfolio. Make those calls, send those texts, plan those coffee dates. Your relationships are your richest assets. Invest wisely and watch your personal and professional life thrive. Conclusion: own your happiness. All right, let's wrap this up with a bow and get straight to the point. You've just been handed the playbook to transform not just how you work, but how you live, love, and engage with the world around you. This isn't fluff. It's not the kind of advice you read, nod along to, and then forget by next Tuesday. This is the real deal, scientifically backed strategies that revolutionize the way you approach life. From hacking your habits with the 20-second rule to mastering your emotions with the Zorro Circle, each principle you've encountered is a piece of the puzzle for living a more fulfilled, successful, and genuinely happy life. To recap the keys to your happiness: 1. Happiness is your hustle. Remember, happiness isn't something that happens to you. It's something you make happen. 2. Mindset mastery. Lever up. Your mindset is the fulcrum on which your entire life balances. Shift it wisely. 3. Positive vision. The Tetris effect. Train your brain to spot patterns of possibility, not just patterns of failure. 4. Bounce back. Better, use adversity as a catalyst for growth. Each setback is a setup for a comeback. 5. Control your circle. Start small, gain control, expand your reach, and watch as your confidence grows. 6. Hack your habits. Make the good habits easier and the bad ones harder. It's simple, strategic, and effective. 7. Power up with people. Your relationships are your strongest assets. Invest in them like your happiness depends on it, because it does. This journey through the happiness advantage isn't just about finding joy in the nooks and crannies of your life. It's about setting a foundation that allows you to thrive under any circumstances. Happiness isn't the prize at the end of the race. It's the fuel that propels you forward from the start. It's what gives you an edge in a tough world, ensuring you're not just surviving, but thriving, growing, and exceeding all expectations. If there's one thing to take away, let it be this: own your happiness. Own the principles that lead to it. Implement them daily and watch as your world transforms. Not just incrementally, but exponentially. Happiness is a choice, a very powerful one. Make that choice boldly and watch as the advantage unfolds in every aspect of your life. So what are you waiting for? Go out there, grab this happiness advantage by the reins, and truly, deeply, passionately own it.